past that you don't have to have somebody in a physical location when you're having these meetings. It's a special pandemic law.
Okay.
So,
Well, I don't think we'd lose anything by my not being here. There
no,
has not been anyone else show up in the 4 or so meetings that we've done.
Right.
So
okay, entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the June 15th meeting.
so moved.
There's a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, warrants and bills. Did you all receive that? I sent it to you this morning.
Yep.
Yes.
And yeah, it's all complete now. Does that have the Alex Barrett one on the bottom? $20.25.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that was the last bill. The insurance or the membership for the VLCT down at the bottom there, I divided that up arbitrarily between those 3 entities because we really hadn't we divided it between the village and the wastewater plant, but we hadn't included the rec, I don't think. And we are covering them with our VLCT membership and insurance, so. Look puzzled, Ben? So.
I'm not sure it's necessary to break out the rec separate from the village.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, we've got tax revenue coming in that would cover, I guess, either one of those. Unless your intent to charge the rec area out of fundraising for that portion.
They have a $200 item in their budget
for the insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if they have other insurance besides our VLCT insurance.
Okay.
That's just where I got it. So.
Do they typically pay us $200 a year?
No, we pay. Oh, that's for membership. That's not the insurance, isn't it? I don't know if he breaks it out for the insurance. He must.
I'm trying to ascertain whether you are expecting a payment from the rec.
No, no. We're members of the VLCT, and this is our membership fee. And
our membership fee is the total of those 3 sums.
Yeah, $950. And then we have insurance on top of that. And that's what we break out the insurance. So we don't really have to break out I thought it might be, I mean, we should charge it to a proportion, shouldn't we? To those different entities? I don't know.
Yeah, should be broken out in the budgets, right?
Yeah. We don't don't have anything in the budget that says membership dues, do we?
Not that I can remember.
Oh. Huh. Well, maybe we should.
Okay. If the League of Cities and Towns sends us one bill for membership, it seems like we could just reflect that, and unless there's a reason to
break it out.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it membership for the village of Saxtons River?
Yeah. It's sort of, I don't know, I was just trying to allocate it. But anyway, okay.
There's no way to knock off the wastewater treatment plant, or, we wouldn't say, oh, well, the rec is closed, we won't pay that this year.
That's true. That's true. We still have to have the insurance no matter what, because we still have the property.
Sure.
Okay. Are there any other questions about the bills?
Well, I'm going to provide this to Alex, so I need to mark this up as to what our intent is for him to do with that VLCT membership. It sounds like we're suggesting applying it all to the village.
Okay, so one check for $950.
Yeah, that sounds better to me.
Okay. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Any other questions?
Oh, so do we need a motion?
Yes.
So I
To approve
move
paying
that
these bills.
we approve the warrants as presented for $1,984.60, with the one caveat that the total for the VLCT membership dues of $950 be consolidated under the village budget.
I'd like to second that motion. Oops, somebody else got.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Okay, Sheriff's Department contract. Who was looking into that? I think it was Matt. You with us, Matt? He got lost in the San Francisco fog.
Yeah.
Well, let's come back to that. Well, except that I want to have him part of the property tax rate setting. Where'd you go, Matt?
I'm back, sorry.
Oh, okay. You want to take something about the Sheriff's Department?
Do I want to?
Weren't you going to contact the Sheriff's Department about the contract?
Yeah, I have not done that. I apologize for that.
Okay, well, it starts July 1st, so I guess we're using the one we have.
I will,
Check with them.
I
'Cause
will
we didn't sign
contact.
anything yet.
Okay,
Property tax. Alex wants to get the bills out, and
Yeah.
you see at the bottom where I had figured out what the rate would be for the different options.
Right.
It looks like we would have to, it would have to be 1.185 or a little bit less to get the amount we budgeted. You understand how that works, Amy?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. Well, you take your budget
Yep.
and you subtract what you have on hand, and that's how much you have to raise.
Yep.
And your grand list is the value of all your property, and you divide that into it, and it comes out with a percentage.
Yep. And that
After-
becomes the tax rate.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess I should know this, but I don't. This is not a year of reappraisal.
No, I think that happened last year.
Okay. It sounds pretty clear.
This is what it is. This is what the value of everything we have in our villages at the moment.
That's the current grand list, right? It just came out.
Yeah, I just got it. So what is your pleasure? Anybody want to figure out some other rate, or you want to have
Well, so Louise, I'm not sure we need to go out to 4 or 5 decimal places on the rate. It looks like at 0.184, so that's
Wait a minute, you're breaking
18.4 cents
up.
per 100. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. At 0.184, that would get us within $45 of raising what we need for the year. So that'd be my motion, would be to set the tax rate at 0.184.
I'll second that motion.
0.184. I don't have that on here, do I?
You don't have that on there. But it gets,
That
that would
must be
raise
less than-
55,085. So that's within $45.
55085?
55085.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
you're breaking up. So
Yeah, 55085.
085. Okay, so that's okay. And how many? That's whatever it is. I don't know. Can't figure it out. 5. Okay. So that's 0.184.
Correct.
What's the exact amount that would raise?
Yep.
55085 and how many cents? Or
Who's got a calculator?
What's the question?
How many cents? How many
how many
cents?
cents?
55085 what?
0.85.
Thank you.
No. Oh, 0.85?
55085.85.
Okay. Is everybody in agreement? Do I hear you made a motion, right?
Yeah, to set the tax rate at 0.184 per 100 value.
And I seconded that motion.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, update on the suit. It's actually a suit. I was told by the lawyer, Bob Fisher, that it's a suit, not just against me, but against the trustees, because I am a representative trustee. And
Is this something we should discuss in executive session?
I can just tell you what he did.
Yeah.
I don't think that has to be.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it would be an executive session. Is there a reason, Carl, that?
Just that it's pending litigation, and that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the possible reasons. I just,
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Discuss it in executive session.
Okay.
okay,
Um,
so that requires two motions.
I guess I don't see any reason we need to go into executive session, though. It's a public record that the lawsuit's been filed.
Yeah, I agree. I'm loath to go into executive session unless there's a real need. I mean, I understand if there's a suit that has a dramatic impact on, let's say, the tax rate, since we just set that.
Yeah.
That sounds fine.
I'm just reporting what the lawyer has done.
Fine and dandy. Let her rip.
Okay,
The lawyer has answered the suit and he has filed a motion to dismiss. That's it.
Okay.
I was thrilled to read through those documents you provided, Louise.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I worry about being in a public office and people suing the board.
Mhm.
And going to the very specifics of the citations that the suer made and discussing them. It was great to read through that. And in my non-lawyer understanding, there is no reason for us to be liable based on the arguments that the suer gave.
Basically, that's the lawyer's opinion. Okay.
Do we need to take any action on this, Louise?
No,
What's the timeline look like?
I don't know. It's just depends. It's up to the court. They receive the documents and then they'll act on them. We have met the deadline. We had to do it within a certain number of days, and that has been met. Anything on the draft of the ordinance, the traffic ordinance, Carl?
no, I have not heard back from the town yet. They're looking at the discrepancies that we've already talked about, but I haven't heard any response.
Committee reports, anything on the sewer plant? We haven't heard anything. Did we get a response, Ben, from that email you sent to Dexter?
Only that Dexter was going to be, said that he was going to be preparing the specifications for the work that needed to be done. So that was, and I've not seen anything. The other thing that I'd like to report is that the single audit to satisfy the terms of the USDA grant is continuing, ongoing. The accounting firm that's doing the audit has been requesting information from both Alex Barrett and myself, and we've been providing them with everything they've requested. So
I would think they'd be getting ready to finish it up.
I would think it's getting close.
Yeah, good. Okay, fire station, anything on that?
Nothing to report on it, but I'm working on some items.
Okay.
Be forthcoming.
I guess we're ready for other business. And Amy, you have something you want to say.
I do. So I was a little surprised to find that the minutes and agendas of this political body are not represented on what I think of as the official website of the town of Rockingham. It appears to me that we are part of the town of Rockingham, and my read is our minutes and agendas should be available there. I'm also somewhat guided in that thought by the fact that I don't know where people would seek those out other than to contact one of us. And I go to that website, I wouldn't say routinely, but when I have a question, you know, I read something in the Reformer and I want to find out what was actually said, I go back to the minutes of the select board or the Bellows Falls Village Trustees, and I look for the minutes so that I can verify or at least give myself some background before I ask more questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the newest person here. I understand that there may be a wealth of reasons why we don't do it that way, but that's my question. And I don't know, Louise, as the moderator, whether I only pose the questions and then can we take action in other business if it hasn't been warned?
Yeah, oh yeah, as long as there's no money being spent.
Okay. So that's my question. Are there good reasons why we would not use the town website to post our agendas and minutes?
Well,
and if so, what are they?
I have to tell you that there is a whole list of people who receive the minutes every time that are sent out from here. Carl,
that doesn't do it for me.
No, but I'm just telling you, it's not that it's not. People have requested them, and then there's a group that gets the agenda, but it has to do. I mean, we could ask them if they'll do it, but it has to do with the way it's set up, the structure of the village of Bellows Falls and the town of Rockingham. They are paying for that website, those two entities. We as a village don't pay anything towards that. We don't pay anything towards the town manager. As a village, we pay as Rockingham residents, yes. So if they are willing to do it, and because they would be doing it on their nickel, they would be posting it on their website.
Well, I was thinking about the Conservation Commission. So that's a commission.
That's a town function. That's a town function.
Well, can I finish, Louise?
Yeah.
So the Conservation Commission is part of the town. It's a town function. I would argue that the Saxtons River Village Trustees are also a town function. There is no peculiar protocol for them to get their minutes onto the website. I spoke with the secretary of that group, Peter Bergstrom, and he emails the minutes in and they're uploaded. I assume Mike Gia does the same thing with the agenda. If the sole objection is financial, maybe some of you know who I should speak to about what that cost would be. I'm happy to do that. But it just seems to me ludicrous that in this day and age, we wouldn't pay attention to the need to be transparent and really clear about what the activities of this board are.
Okay.
There's been some discussion about this in the past, and Bonnie North talked to me actually at the town meeting in the theater, and suggested that we might be interested in joining this. And she had thought that there probably wouldn't be a cost, but I heard back from, I forget who, that there was some sentiment that if we were going to be participating in the website, we should bear a portion of the cost for it. I don't know how much that would be. And while we were deciding whether or not we wanted to be part of the new website, they rolled it out without us. So it sort of fell by the wayside there. I think if it doesn't involve a lot of extra work on our part, things up and to maintain it, there's no objection. I'm perfectly happy to send minutes in to whomever. I agree. I think it's probably a good idea to have our minutes be accessible, providing we don't have to do anything onerous to get them there.
Carl, your wife isn't a librarian, is she?
Gee, no, she's retired.
Well, Amy, would you check that out and talk to Chuck Wise?
Ask Chuck Wise what the cost would be, if any.
Not the cost, just ask him about the possibility. And because the cost is not just whatever it costs for the websites, it's the time of the employee to do it.
Okay. And you think Chuck is the appropriate person? I mean, I think
Well,
he's got a lot on his plate.
Well, he's the town manager.
I know.
I don't know who else would be.
Okay.
You could bring it up with Bonnie and see if she would bring it up with Chuck.
I think it probably would be better to ask Chuck who you should talk to and let him refer you to Bonnie, because she's got a lot of things dumped on her plate and she's not a full-time employee. And I understand that she was doing a lot of this for the website on her own hook. So
I don't think she's an employee at all, is she? Isn't she a volunteer?
I think she was under some kind of contract.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So
Amy, it sounds like you're going to make some inquiries and find out if the town is able to, willing to, and if there's any, holdups or stipulations of posting. I mean, I'm not hearing anybody voice any objection to having the minutes and the agendas posted on the town website. I certainly don't have any objections, but we need to understand what's involved.
Okay. And it's fine.
Sorry, there's a particular format or protocol or something like that we should know about. It would be good to know that before we decide. And also, how long are we obligated to do this for? Once we start, is this a forever thing or?
Absolutely. So the wording of the open meeting law is that minutes should be posted to an official website if one exists that is maintained or has been designated as the official website of the public body. So just as routinely public bodies designate the official newspaper of record, so that if you change your meeting schedule, you notify that that public record so it can be listed. The idea is, and it seems to me a no-brainer that the town of Rockingham website would be our official website. It seems like we, under the letter of the law, would have to officially designate it.
Yeah.
But once designated, I think that's it.
Right. It is not our official website. The thing about websites that some towns have discovered is if they have one, they have to maintain it. And that means for some small towns, they have to have a tech person who maintains it. And that it got to be so onerous that some of them said, forget it, we're not going to have a website.
Well,
when they first
I don't think we're that small, Louise.
542 people is a small.
No, the town of Rockingham.
I know, but it's
the town of Rockingham.
It's their official website. It's not at the moment our official website.
Okay, well, I'll take your advice. What I wrote down was, is the town of Rockingham website able to accept minutes and agendas? Are they willing, and will there be a charge? Are there other issues that I haven't caught?
Who would be
I
the?
would leave out that, will there be a charge? I mean,
Yeah.
we do pay taxes to the town of Rockingham.
We certainly do.
I would ask the other two questions and leave out the cost, and if they think that you need to charge us, that'll come up.
Good plan, Matt. I like your strategy.
And also who the contact person would be, what the protocol would be.
What the protocol,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
it.
that's right. And Carl, you said, and does it need to be in a particular format? So you're thinking PDF, Word document, etc.
Right, right. And for all I know, they have standards for the content. So as far as the minutes, go, I don't know, but
Open meeting law.
well, I don't know if the town has additional criteria for their website. It's worth checking.
I will
I
ask.
would ask.
Okay. Now, are you finished with that? Are we finished with that?
Anything else that I should check on?
I don't
And
think
does
so.
anybody have advice on the best way to contact Chuck Wise? Is an email the best approach? Anybody?
Manager
always-
at rpf.org, right?
He's always been very prompt at answering emails when I've sent
Right.
them to him.
Thank you.
Or you can just drop by his office, but you might not catch him.
Well,
Sure.
you don't want to go out if you don't have to. I would also like to request of the clerk that the clerk post the agendas and distribute them. What I have been doing, emailing them by 7 p.m. on Saturday and putting one up at the fire station and one at the kiosk by the store. And since Carl, didn't realize you were being paid for your job. And I'm not. I would like to request that you do that. Could we do
You need a
that?
motion? You need a motion?
No, I think
No, I
that's
don't
the
think
clerk's
so.
duties.
I think that's reasonable. How
I will send you
when
the
will you
agenda.
be giving me the information that needs to be in the agenda?
Well, it has to be out by 7 o'clock on Saturday before a Monday meeting.
Okay. Well, I would need it sometime on Friday, maybe, because I'm
Okay.
all tied up all day on Saturday.
Okay, I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
Okay. I'm happy to do that.
Great, great. Is there any other business?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned the fact that the clerk is paid, I was looking through the bylaws after you sent them to me, and it says that the treasurer is paid, but I didn't see anything there about the clerk being paid. Should I be?
That surprised me.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but I don't want to be cheating the village out of that princely sum.
Well, I think the whole bylaws need to be revised and looked at. And I think that's a subcommittee that can include some non-trustees. Look at those bylaws and maybe there's something we can add, something we can subtract. But nobody has looked at those in years. You agree?
I'd be happy to review the bylaws.
Did I send you a set?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody have a suggestion for someone to discuss them with? I don't know, does League of Cities and Towns have information on village bylaws on the website?
I don't know.
Thanks to the recent suit, I know that there are statutes that pertain to village bylaws.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll do a little
That
research.
sounds like something for a research librarian to do.
Yeah. Well, and you know, all of you obviously have areas that you've made yourselves very useful at, and I'm new enough, so I don't. So I'd be happy to take that on as well.
Good, good.
I'll try and have a report for you.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Is there anything else? When's our next meeting? Who has a calendar?
Ooh,
Is it the first Monday in August? I don't have my calendar here.
um,
It'll take me a minute to pull mine up.
Well, today's the 6th. So how often are we doing them?
I don't know if we had put in a, I don't think we need another in between now and the beginning of August.
Okay, so the first,
First, what's the first Monday in August?
the 3rd.
The 3rd, okay.
Yep.
Unless something comes up in the meantime.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing here.
All right,
Motion
The
to
next meeting
adjourn.
is on August 3rd.
yeah. Okay, there's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? I guess non-debatable. All right, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, thank you. Stay
All
safe.
right.
two.
Have a
Bye.
good night.